This is Alex Swallow, the Influence Expert, and today I wanted to talk to you about a topic that I think is really important, which is about allowing yourself to be influenced in life. What do I mean by that? Well, sometimes I think that the study of influence and the debates around influence are much too much about how you can influence other people. Now, of course, that's incredibly important, and in fact, it's the main thing that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to equip you with the knowledge, the skills, and the information you need in order to be able to influence other people, to grow your influence and increase the impact that you'll be able to have on the world. So I understand why that's important. However, I also think it's very important to think about why we are influenced and how we are influenced and why we should be influenced for a number of reasons. The first thing is that it's important to understand that we don't just influence other people, they also influence us. And that happens in all sorts of ways. Sometimes they'll influence us in good ways and sometimes not in good ways. Sometimes we can learn from the way that they influence us to learn how to influence other people. Sometimes we can learn from the way that they try to influence us to learn how not to influence other people. Sometimes we need to learn how to influence from other people because we're just not getting it right. So to give an example, imagine that you've got a problem concerning something to do with influence. So you're trying to influence somebody else to do something. Let's suppose there's somebody in your office and you're trying to influence them so that they listen to your proposal for a plan. And you prepare your proposal and they never seem to listen to what you're saying. If you can watch the way in which someone else does it, perhaps there's a certain member in the team who works better with that aforementioned person than you do, then you can learn how it is to use influence on that particular person, what approach might work. And sometimes your natural approach, and we all have a natural approach, your natural approach may not be the right one for that person or for that situation. So you need to learn how other people are influenced and how you yourself are influenced. It's also important to be influenced just because as an influencer, I think you really want to be a sponge, soaking up information about the world and soaking up information about people. One of the things that I love about travel, and I've had the opportunity to travel quite a lot, as well as making various short trips to different countries. I've lived in Japan for 2 years, in Romania for about half a year, and I've now recently been living in the Canary Islands, and now I'm filming this in Berlin. I'm originally from England. So I've had the opportunity to learn how different cultures influence people in different ways and how different situations influence people in different ways. And particularly when you're outside your comfort zone through travel or through living in another country, you tend to notice what these things are. It can be done in all sorts of ways. So it might be things like social norms, and if you break those norms, then you'll, be socially ostracized. Or it could just be that a culture values different things, and so people are influenced by that culture. Different cultures can be approving or disapproving of different things, and you can really notice that, particularly if you're an outsider. But you want to be a person, I think, who soaks up all the information about influence from wherever you find it. So if you're in a different culture, you're experiencing a different culture, and you notice that people are being influenced to do something in a particular way or through a particular method, is there something that you can take from that and apply it to your own life? You might be able to apply it for your own life because you can use that idea to influence people. Or you might apply it to your own life just because the thing they're influencing about is a habit that you also want to have. And so you should allow yourself to be influenced by that thing to make you a better person and a more effective influencer. The final point why I think you need to allow yourself to be influenced is, of course, we all achieve things in our work to use the well-worn phrase, standing on the shoulders of giants. Very few people have entirely original thoughts. What we do is we learn from other people who have also put in the hours, other people who have insights that we might never have independently. And we're living through an age now where it's very easy to be able to learn from lots of people very, very simply online. We have the opportunity to travel like we never have before. And so if, for example, you look at my recently released book, How to Become an Influencer, it's free on my website, and I'll put the link up and I'll also put it in the comments below if anybody would like to get that book, completely free download. And in the back of that book, I've put some free resources which show you other influencers who have basically influenced me and made a difference to my life. And I believe it's possible they could make a difference to your life. But I also believe that you need to find your own influencers. You'll find people I've never heard of that in your particular field or for your particular passion or your particular interest are the people that you really want to listen to. And the thing is, if you're going to listen to those people, you really need to allow yourself to be influenced by them. You can't say, oh yeah, the things that they're talking about are fantastic, but for X and Y reason, I'm just not going to pay any attention. If you believe that the things that they're talking about are things that, if you did apply to your life, would make a real difference to your life and to the lives of the people around you. So all the time, I'm learning from people about how to run my business more effectively, how to make a difference to more people, how to be a better person, how to get my message out more effectively. I'm learning those things all the time from people who are from completely different backgrounds, different countries, and have different specialisms to me. So I try to allow myself to be influenced, and I believe if you can allow yourself to be influenced, it will make a great difference to your own skills and your own effectiveness as an influencer yourself.